What's up guys, Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, it's only been a few days, but we are doing another title VOD review because this guy is headed back to the Tactician's Crown. Cannot wait to see this guy play, and honestly, the APAC roster that they are sending is kind of horrific here. Clement Chu made a tweet. If you guys don't follow Clement, posts a lot of really just good stuff about APAC TFT if you're interested. And look at this roster, man. Title, 1x1, Ironbog Sale, Steppy. I mean, this is actually kind of an illegal roster that APAC is sending to the Tactician's Crown. So I'm kind of worried. And one of the people to obviously worry about the most is obviously Title. If you see up there, it shows his day one scores here, 1-1-6-2-4-1-1. Which also doesn't really make sense. I think he just added an extra score on there for his day two because no, that's weird. But I unless they have a different, oh, day one, 1-6-2-4-1-1. I see. Okay, so yeah. But still, I mean, 3 firsts a second, pretty darn good for his first day. And in day two, he made it out after just a few games. Because in this new format or newish format, you can auto advance if you do really good, and he did. So we do see an Anima Commander here for Title. This is actually a really interesting decision already. Anima Commander, but he also has the opportunity to take the Worth of Weight here, which is fantastic augment. And yeah, scouts the lobby. He really, I don't actually see anyone who I'm that afraid of would grief Anima Commander here, but he just values Worth the Weight that highly, which is kind of wild to see, but as you will see in this game, it's not wild in practice that he did opt to take this. This augment is just so good. Even though we're passing up one of the best augments that you can get, Animal Commander, it's not that bad of a loss here, as we'll see as we get through the game. In the first fight, we do pick up the win. That is a crazy call by Title, by the way, to not slam the Hodge there. Because he, I guess, fight judged that he was going to win that fight. I mean, that was an insanely close fight. So I don't know how he fight judged that, saying that he was going to win the fight, but he does, and he does win. And now we're in a spot here where our board's actually quite good. And now he's going to make the Hodge. Kind of hilarious, yeah, that we don't slam the Hodge last round and then we end up slamming it this round. But hey, we get it slammed here, and we have a pretty great board at this point. We picked up the Cho'Gath too as well, and the Gwen plus the Talon can do a lot of work on this board. This is a very scary enemy board here, but once again, it's just another disgustingly close fight win that we do pick up here. I mean, that's also absolutely huge for our ability to streak this game. And you might be asking yourself, so what are we doing this game? What is the idea from this spot? We have a Talon, you know, that's going to be 3-star with this Hand of Justice. Are we going to play some kind of like weird Zaya board? Are we going to do something else? This is probably what scared him off a little bit, though I didn't remember seeing midfeed earlier, but maybe I just missed it. Midfeed does have the Anima Commander here, and obviously 2 Anima Commander players is not great in a lobby. But yeah, what are we actually going to play? Just sit back and watch and let Title show you just a masterclass from Title, of course. Going to Carousel here. Would love an item that we could slam right now. And yeah, the glove I think gives you possibilities of that. He's going to opt to take Bow here to build into Winsu's Rage Blade with this Rod here, which I think gives even more indication towards, okay, like what are we actually thinking of playing in this spot? Do pick up the other Talon too, which is just another reasonable unit on this board, but he's going to opt to fit in this Aatrox too that we have in here. And wow, that's a really kind of crazy call as well. Opts to sell the Gwen pair off to move the Rod over. Says I would rather sell Gwen pair than lose a remover. The idea is that we're pretty close to Talon 3, and these items, even if we hit Gwen 2, are just going to sit on Talon 3 the entire game, so there's not really that much of an upside to removing the Gwen in this spot, and keeping extra removers can be really nice for the late game. So, I mean, it's actually, like I said, in my head, kind of a crazy call, but the more that I think about it, the more it actually makes a lot of sense in this spot here. So Gwinshu Hodge completed for the Talon here, really just trying to play for streak. If we drop our win streak, this game is going to get quite awkward because, spoiler alert, if you haven't thought about it already, Gwinsu, Hodge, these are Fast 9 items. These are items for Vex, items for Fiora, items for Graves. These are not items that are really going to work on any other kind of traditional line. The only upside is you do have, like, maybe Master Yi isn't out here, and you could Hodge the Master Yi, but it's not what you want to be doing, ideally. Do pick up the Zaya here, which could let us play into a Stargazer here. I'm going to be straight up with you. Title checked at the beginning, but I don't speak Japanese, so I don't know what the Stargazer is, but we can just tell from the Stargazer formation if he does opt to put it in onto this board here. This is going to be actually a really big question as far as slams go, because he can actually make a double slam here if he wants. He can make QSSJG here. He could make TG. Oh, it's Serpent. Okay, I mean, that's a pretty good one for some extra damage onto Talon. So I do think this is a good play here, especially with the Jax on this board for Bastion as well. Have to drop off the Cho too, but I think it's definitely worth it. But yeah, I mean, QSSJG is probably your best double slam here. He rotates into YY1, who doesn't have the world's strongest board, so we can just win this fight without slamming anything. But item slam wise, if we don't make that QSSJG, we can actually slam into TG, which is really nice as well for this line. So we'll see a bunch of belts. I don't think we have, I mean, I don't think even Talon's big enough to take this one here. So I would just be looking at the dummy, perhaps. It seems decent enough here. We see somebody actually full opening there. Not bad at all. He's looking at Focus Fire, actually. Interesting. Wow, yeah, and Ganop to take it here. I think, yeah, because yeah, I for sure would have just taken the dummy here and said, you know, it's good enough here. I think the idea is, one, this is quite good in this spot right here. It's a bunch of AD onto our Talon, which is exactly what he needs here. He's got attack speed, a disgusting amount actually with QSS plus the Gwinsu, and it's not going to be bad late game. Some extra AD onto our Graves, usually a unit where you don't have the luxury of building a bunch of like Death Blades and stuff onto him, so it's actually quite reasonable. So yeah, the more that I think about it, the more that I actually like this idea from Title as far as augment selection goes. It is a little interesting though, not something that you would normally see somebody pick up here. He is also holding the Akali's on bench for the next in on this board. The idea of being getting spell crit onto this Talon would be really, really valuable. So a very much just flawless early game played for Title so far. And the only question is going to be, what does the pivot look like into 9? When does the pivot come? Is it something like a 4-5? Is it a 5-1? Do we get Timebreaker in beforehand? I mean, all things will be revealed soon. We do get the extra 5 cost, which is pretty solid. Get the belt here, which builds into a lot of good stuff. I'm actually curious, do we want to go Guardbreaker or Morello? Because both are pretty good slams. I think I'd be tempted to actually go Morello here just to keep the glove open for TG here, and that is what we end up making here. Just makes a lot of sense, right? Once again, TG is one of the single best items that you can make in this comp, and the Morello can just easily fit onto the Vex, eventually move on to stuff like the Blitzcrank, so it has a lot of homes in this line as well. This is an okay board, but the main issue is they just don't have enough damage on this board, and the only thing that can really defeat this Talon is a ton of damage, right? The only way that he loses a fight is if you DPS check him. It is actually interesting. He opted not to hold that Milio in that last shop there over... He wanted to hold the Akali's over Milio, which is actually a little bit surprising to me. I would have thought we would have held that Milio there for the ability to play Timebreaker stage 4, because talked about it a million times, but Timebreaker stage 4 is so good when you are thinking about Fast 9, especially in a spot like this when you're 100 streaking, because you just get so much extra gold worth of rerolls from taking losses, or I mean, even if you take a win, you get the free EXP stage 4. So it's usually what you want to be doing. Looks like Title is honestly just going to say, I can keep the win streak up as long as possible here and then get out into it later. Does have, I mean, he has low-key the opportunity to play 5 Serpent here if he really wants to, but probably not going to come down immediately here. The dupe is really nice pickup. Okay, I mean, enough said. Say less here. I mean, that is an amazing pickup for Title. I mean, to be fair, it could have been more high roll. We could have got it earlier, but still, this is obviously amazing. Question is what items we're going to make in this spot. The Gargoyle is going to come down here, still keeping that glove preserved. And no, actually, he's going to slam the glove, so he's going to make Guardbreaker here. Always a question in this line, right? Do you make the glove item or do you not? And he wanted to make that slam, ideally to win this fight, but does actually end up losing and dropping his streak here. Dropping down 88 HP, not bad, but, you know, a little bit less than he would want here. Oh my god, we get another Grace out of the orb. Not too bad here. TG's really good in this line. The question is, can you afford to take it? And he says yes. Okay, wow. Because it's just, we're pretty far from 9 gold-wise here, so he is banking on his ability to basically sack this entire stage here. Like I said, doesn't really feel that bad to do that. You know, we could easily 5-1 it and it would be reasonable. And he does actually just use the dupe here and makes the Graves too with these items here. I mean, Graves not really upgraded, so he's not going to like absolutely destroy the entire board, but still 7.5k damage would be not bad from the Graves, and it's only going to go higher as we get the classic buckshot plus laser ballistics build that we are very likely to see out of Title. I'm curious to see Title's take on the I want to call it controversy, but maybe that's too strong of a word. Of, do you go laser ballistics and choke? Do you go just choke, no laser ballistics? Do you go? I don't think anybody thinks the answer is neither, but hey, maybe Title does. I don't know. We will see. But yeah, I mean, really just trying to save as much HP at this stage as possible. Did not ever get to 3 timebreaker. Even had we held the Milio, we would not be at 3 timebreaker here. So I guess it didn't end up making a huge diff. Really would love to pick up that item anvil. Yeah, this looks fantastic here, and probably a tank item. Yeah, I think this makes a lot of sense. Just take the, I believe you took the chain vest there, or the vow for the eventual Nunu here. I mean, I think it makes a lot of sense, right? You need frontline. That's all we're missing here. We're triple item onto the Graves here. We have 2 essentially Vex items at this point. We just need some frontline at this spot, and then we will be okay. Also opts to finally throw a Kali on the board, and then wait, what did he just do? Am I, oh, that's a Akali back there, right? Okay. For a second, he sold something, and I looked away for a second. I thought he sold the Akali. But yeah, once Akali on this board, the spell crit really valuable onto this Graves, who has a ton of crit, but no actual, spell crit onto him. So yeah, makes a lot of sense here. Picks up another fight win, which is actually amazing this stage. Any fight that you win here is insane, and we are starting to see the dividends of taking this TG augment here. It allowed us to win that fight, and the crazy thing about taking this TG augment is if we make it to 9, which certainly seems like we are going to in this spot here, though it might honestly be a little bit later than 5-1, we'll see. But if we do make it there, we are going to be the strongest person in the lobby by far. TG, the best item in this comp, and we get 3 TGs for our prismatic. I mean, that is an insane amount of value. One thing you have to be a little bit afraid of is the people who do go 9 ahead of you. People like that board that we're seeing there, but not really the end of the world. I think you just take this, yeah, and we do opt to take it. It's just Vow, which is nice. We have the Echo Anomaly as our item. He is actually going to level here. Wow, it's a kind of a brokey level here from Title, but the idea is we actually don't need to find that much stuff for our board to be good. We find this, which is a pretty weird version of the board, but it's not bad at all. We can put the, wow, this is a cool idea as well. Gonna get the Jin Zaya on this board to stabilize a little bit. But yeah, the main idea is we just need to save HP and let Graves scale. We don't actually need that strong of a board here, and so anything that you can do that allows the board to spike a little bit, something like, getting this Nunu 2, getting, an extra unit on this board, anything that can allow us to win a random fight is really valuable here. And the Vex 1, Vex 2 doesn't really matter that much. I mean, you would ideally pick up a Vex 1, and we do finally pick it up here, which is fantastic here. Now we're going to start getting out of some of these other units that really just don't do anything on this board here. Do find the random Sona who can fit onto the board for now, and get the Sona mod, which is pretty good. And yeah, Title doing a great job of building a board under econ pressure in a spot where he's not that rich. He does not have 100. I saw somebody, I think it was Marcel in NA regionals, had like 100 gold to roll on 9. Like, he doesn't have that luxury that some people have, but he has the luxury of having this Graves that is scaling up really hard, and that's why he opted to level early here. Now does get the full item, which is fantastic. This could be ideally last Vex item, but there's not one, so I guess he's gonna have to, he's gonna move the guard breaker down and put IE onto Graves. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, just being very open to moving that item around. Just if you don't see a good item slot there, well, then you can just make a new one by moving the guard breaker. So beautiful stuff from Title. Even when he misses on his item, he ends up getting a solid item here, and now the Graves is fully stacked up, fully doing a lot of work here, and we're gonna get another item here, which honestly at this point it's kind of utility items. It's adaptive, things like that. I think he just took full item here, try to find something better. I mean, the dream is that you do get a TG, but that's a little optimistic, isn't it? This TG is going to sit here onto the Fiora, very likely. And by the way, we're still sitting on 2 Shens on this board just because he hasn't been able to find the rest of the board. Still hasn't found Blitzcrank, and so just because he's been this broke, this has been his board. But look, he's still winning fights. He's locking in top 3 with 2 Shens on his board. I mean, that is Title. That is just, Title being Title here, being an absolute beast. We do opt to take the choke here, so it does look like Title is somebody who thinks the choke laser ballistics combo is totally fine, is going to move the TG actually down to Atrox here so that we can get the Morello onto the better holder, which is the Shen here. Makes a lot of sense. A little bit sad that this TG has to go here, but I mean, it shows how good of a spot we're in that our TG has to sit on Aatrox here because all of our other units have better items than that. So not bad by any means here. Does find the Sona, who is definitely a decent in on this board, and gets the double attack that he's just going to throw onto the Graves here. I mean, that's beautiful as well. The spot is looking quite good here. One more item to come from here. Hopefully just some mana gen for the Shen to get him casting, and we do finally find the Blitzcrank here, and then can just move the Morello over to him. Yeah, looks really, really nice like we talked about. This is where the Morello wants to end up, and then I guess a gun, and Nashor's is probably fine with the spell crit from Akali here. He's gonna look at Gunblade actually. Okay, yeah, I mean, I think this is reasonable as well here, and yeah, I mean, our board is very, very capped. We are getting to Graves upgrades that usually you don't ever get to because, I mean, it's 6-2 at this point in the game. We're going to have to wait one more round, and then we will see potentially another Graves upgrade. I'm pretty surprised he doesn't actually just roll here. And also, look at this, juggling the TGs, using his last couple of removers, saying, you know, this could be the last fight. We need to win every single fight that we can here. And so, yeah, we will actually juggle the TGs in a spot like this. And it's easy to take this kind of stuff for granted because he's a beast and he makes it look easy, but doing all of that, making sure that you're picking, you know, all of the right kind of ideas for your board, and then also doing little things like this is really, really nice. Actually takes the emergency shielding here, which it is, I mean, it's not bad just to ensure that Graves is just going to survive in these fights. Also, wow, just still playing for max cap, saying, yeah, I could pick up this Blitz too, but honestly, I might as well just lock for it because there's no HP pressure on me right here. Even if I lose this fight, I can just pick this up and then play for something better, but he doesn't even need to. That is going to be the game, and that's going to be a win for a title, and this is what really put him into an amazing spot to easily make it into day 3 and make it back to the Tactician's Crown. So one more day of regionals, which is today. So go check that out. Also, my tournament, as this video is going out, check-in is starting for my tournament, my end of set Tacticians University and Legendary Tacticians tournament. So if you guys are interested in playing that, if you are in either of those groups, you can enter easily. And if you're not in either of those groups, we will likely need a few people to fill on waitlist. So go to my Discord. I'll be pinging people. It's gonna be first come first serve basis. So if you've watched this entire video, you might be a little late, but just go check my Discord, see, you know, maybe there's not that many people ahead of you, and, you know, maybe somebody says that they're going to be waitlist, and then they don't appear at the last second. So, yeah, but go check it out, and go check out my Twitch stream where I'll be streaming the tournament. So, should be an absolute blast. It will start an hour from when this video goes live, 10 a.m. Central Time is when I'll go live and start streaming the tournament. So, see you guys there for that, and that's it. Thank you guys for watching as always. Bye-bye.